Hey y'all, my name is Keela. Sorry I didn't get to introduce myself on my last video, but please like, comment, subscribe, and share my videos. I'm trying to see something. Up next is a Q&A. So the first question I got is, what did you do when you first found out? So when I first found out that I was pregnant, at first I was like trying to deny it that I was pregnant. It was like around my birthday and I had never been pregnant before. This was my first pregnancy. So I was just like trying to deny it, I guess, I don't know, just not trying to face it. But I got a phone cut on because I didn't have a phone at that time. So I went and hurried up and got this phone cut on. And I texted him and his number was changed. So then I told like my best friend and my mom and things like that. How did I know for sure it was his? I had unprotected sex with him a month before I found out I was pregnant. So it was pretty obvious that it was his. Like, we didn't use a condom, and I mean, it was pretty obvious. Like, there was nobody else whose baby it could be. There was no possibility it could be anybody else's baby because of what happened literally a month before I found out I was pregnant. So that's how I knew it was his. And then I went and got a DNA test in July 2018 and it confirmed it. But I had my son in December 2013. So for 5 years before I got the DNA test, I knew that it was his. Like, there was no doubt. What made you keep the baby? Okay, so it was my first pregnancy. Literally a month before I got pregnant, like a month before I met Keef, I just at a point in my life where nothing was working out. Like, life just, I don't know, I just felt ill-equipped for life. And literally nothing was working out. Like, I was trying stuff and it just wasn't working out. So I can remember praying and just asking God, like, please send me a new chapter to my life. Like, I wasn't specific in my prayer. I just said a new chapter to my life. And a month later, I met Keef, got pregnant, and had a son. So when I found out I was pregnant, of course I was going through my options. Like, oh, you can get an abortion, you can put him up for adoption, you can keep the baby, etc. And that's why I tried to reach out to him and see what he would want to do. And then when I wasn't able to, I just had to make the decision on my own. And I thought about my prayer, and I knew that I wasn't emotionally and mentally strong enough for an abortion. So I thought about my prayer. I just sat with it for a long time, talked to a lot of people, and I just felt like my son deserved a chance at life. And that's why I decided to keep my son. How many kids does he have? I think 10 or 11. Last I checked, it was like 11. My son was the third born, but I think he has like 11 kids, if I'm not mistaken, or like 10 and one on the way, to the best of my knowledge. Like, every once in a while, people will send me, like, friends and family and stuff will send me like links about, you know, if he's like, I don't know, in the news or whatever. And the last thing I remember receiving is that he had a baby on the way. So I think he has like, he has 10 or 11 kids. I don't know for sure. And if you check Wikipedia, it don't give you the correct number because my son isn't even listed on Wikipedia. So I don't even know. I think it's 10 or 11. It's between 9 and 11, I'll just say that. When did you get a DNA test and how did that go? Okay, so I got DNA tests in July 2018. They just sent me something in the mail randomly. And then I just went down to the local DNA test office. They swabbed our mouth and things like that. And then like 2 weeks later is when I got the results in the mail saying that he was the father. Do you receive child support? No, I don't get nothing in child support. The very first payment I got was in December 2018, and the last payment I got was in April 2019. And I started school in March 2019 thinking like, oh yeah, I'm getting child support. And then a month later, it just stopped. So have not received child support since April 2019. Keeping the baby was definitely not for fame and money. Cause like, I could have went public with it. Like, as soon as I found out I was pregnant, I could have just been telling hella people, like telling blogs and shit like that. Like, even after I had my son, I could have just, you know, started selling my story and shit like that. But I really valued my privacy. And then like, once you have a baby, you gotta be an evil, like, cold-hearted person to just like have a child just for money. Like, my son's life is bigger than just like, who is that? Of course I thought about it. I ain't gonna lie. I thought about it, like, given who he is, but the decision to ultimately keep the baby was 100% because I didn't feel like I could handle an abortion, like mentally and emotionally handle an abortion. And I didn't want to give the child up for do it all over again if given a second chance. Okay. So this is the biggest question for me personally, because this is something I think about and I've thought about literally since I found out I was pregnant, honestly. Like, I would have Khalil a million times. Like, he's the greatest blessing to my life. Like, I would have him over and over and over again. I would have a million Khalils. Like, so I can't really say that I wouldn't do it again because of the outcome of having, you know, of what happened that night. Like, but being a single mom ain't it, you know? Like, I think about that sometimes. Like, if I could, you know, go back in time or something like that, I probably would still do it because I would get Khalil at the end of the day. So, I don't know. I guess I would because of the kid that I got at the end of it all. I mean, there's some things that I wish I could change, you know, about my situation. Being a single mom ain't fun. You know, the stigma associated with being his baby mom is not fun. I feel like it's harder to date because of my baby dad's situation. Cause like, I run into problems, either I have trouble opening up or I tell them and then they just start acting weird. Like, so, I mean, I don't know. I guess I would. Given the circumstances, I guess I would do it again. Maybe I didn't learn my lesson because I would do it again, but it's just because of the child that I got at the end of it all. And if I went back in time and, you know, didn't have sex with him that night, I wouldn't have Khalil. And I couldn't even imagine like what type of life I would have. Like, Khalil gives my life purpose. He gives my life meaning. He gives me motivation to just get up and keep on trying every day. Like, so yeah. How does my child feel? Khalil's 6 years old, so he's very hopeful and optimistic about the world. And I try to keep him that way. But he has good feelings that this will work out. Like, right before I posted the first video, I asked his permission to post it. And he was 100% on board. Like, he didn't even think twice before he told me, yes, post it. So yeah, he's hopeful that this will work out. He'll get to meet his dad and things like that. He's a happy kid, very happy kid. You know, we just regular people. So I wanted to get his permission before I just put it all out there, like put all our business and stuff out there to see if he felt like it was a good idea. And he does. He feels like it's a good idea. And we're both hopeful that this will. Last question. Do I think he'll be a good dad? Well, first of all, he don't know us. We don't know him. We would all have to get to know each other. So I can't just say like, yeah, I think he'd be a good dad, but he is his dad. So I feel like it's worth a shot, first of all. And second, I don't know, like sometimes I'll see him, you know, interacting with his kids on Instagram and stuff, and he looks like a good dad. People talk, you know, a lot of mess about him because he has so many kids, he don't take care of them and stuff like that. But I still feel like Khalil needs an opportunity, and we need an opportunity to see like, okay, is he a good dad for Khalil, you know, because he is his dad. So I feel like it's just something, I don't know, we'll have to see. I feel confident enough in my parenting that if, you know, this don't work out or something like that, I can take care of Khalil and we will be okay. Like, we will ultimately be okay at the end of the day. Like, if he don't want to have nothing to do with us, like, I respect it. I'll have something to tell Khalil at least. Like, okay, you know, it is what it is. But I don't know. I like to think he'd be a good dad. Because, I mean, he seems like he's a good dad to the kids that he sees and stuff. Like, so yeah, I guess the answer to that is yes, I think he will be. But we'll have to see. It's just something we'll have to see. And that's that.